What's up, guys? This is Stunt Rob, back in the garage. Got my little cripple sticks out today. Took a little spill on the mini bike. Busted up my leg pretty good. But while we're down, we're gonna be doing some work on Jen's bike. Doing a little oil change, swap out her headlight for a working headlight. I think her LED's burnt out. But there's a Valley Stunt Crew ride happening this Friday, a little Halloween ride, so we're gonna get her bike dialed in. So we got the bike up on the lift. We got the engine oil. We got the Lucas Oil 2050, the heavy duty oil stabilizer, an oil filter, some good old Amazon headlights. This is the same one that's on our bike. We got a 3-pack because we knew they were gonna burnt out. So we'll throw one of these new guys on there because this one does not work. So I think first things first, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start draining this oil out. So we're gonna undo this hose clamp right here, which connects to this line, which goes up to the oil tank. That's our little drain tube. So we're gonna go ahead, let's crutch over to the toolbox. Let's grab one of these guys. Pretty sure that's a 5/16. So we'll grab one of those. And we'll pop this guy off. Now we got the hose clamp loose. I like to come in with these little hose pliers. We'll go ahead and we'll just grab that, pull that guy off. We'll start let that drain out. Looks pretty dark. Also, while that's draining, make sure to pull your oil plug out so you don't get a vapor lock. It'll actually let a lot more oil flow out. So we'll let that guy drain out. And then we'll go ahead and we'll pop this oil filter off here pretty soon. And those of you wondering what happened, this thing happened. Doing a little circle wheelies and high-sided, and my leg right below my knee hit right on the end of the foot peg. Right there. Just a little chip fracture, some bone bruising. Gotta pay to play. So we got that draining out. We'll go ahead and we'll start on the oil filter. These K&N ones have a nice little bolt on the end to take that off. So we'll grab, let's see, I'm pretty sure it's 11/16. Go ahead and we'll loosen this guy up. Make sure you got a pan under there before you pull this thing out. So screw this off, let the oil drip out. Usually I like to clean up everything at the end, just clean up all the oil. Bam. Now we got that old filter off. We'll go ahead and we'll prime this new filter. With these new filters, I like to prime them up a little bit. So take your new oil, pour a little bit in here. I also like to take a little bit that kind of gets around the top, put it on your finger, and make sure you oil up the seal here before you throw it on. So this baby back on the bike. And screwing these on, I like to do it hand tight as good as I can, and give it an 1/8 to a 1/4 turn with the ratchet. So now we got the new filter on. Looks like we're just about finished draining out. So we'll go ahead and we'll hook up that line back to the plug. Snug that hose clamp back up, lock it in. And we are ready to fill this thing up. So just like my bike, I'm gonna fill up her bike with 2 bottles of the Lucas Oil 2050 and 1 bottle of the Lucas Oil Heavy Duty Oil Stabilizer. I like this stuff. I've been running in my stunt bike for probably a year or two, and nothing but great things. So we'll start with 1 bottle of the Lucas Oil. Oh, dropping my crutches. We'll pour that whole thing in. Then I'm gonna follow it up with the Lucas Oil Heavy Duty Stabilizer. And then we'll finish it out with the last bottle of the Lucas Oil. This stuff is so thick. It's like stringy thick. Just finished the bottle of the stabilizer. Just want to show you guys how like thick this stuff is. It's like stringy and sticks to all the gears on the inside, and make sure it has a nice coating of oil on everything. Then once we got that topped off, throw our plug back in there. Once we take it off the lift and warm it up right around the block, we'll go ahead and we'll double check, make sure we don't need to top off any fluids. But now, let's get into this headlight situation. So I think with this headlight, the bracket's still good, so I'm just gonna pull the light off, just switch the light out with a new one. And then we'll probably resplice a new headlight wiring. And then as far as the switch housing controls, this thing is super long, so I might take like a foot out of that wiring, make it a little bit shorter, just so we don't have too much wires tucked up behind here, look a little cleaner. So I think first step is we'll go ahead and we'll get that guy off. Let's give it a little snip snip. And we'll pop these. For 20 bucks, these headlights are pretty bright, pretty good. I have a yellow one on my bike right now still, and it's been treating me well. This is the second one now that we've replaced out of, I think, 4 we got. Bam, bad lights off. Freshy to go on. So now we got the old headlight off. Got the headlight wiring ready to be sliced and soldered on. Let's work on shortening this guy. So these wires we don't need, so I'm gonna de-pin those, get those out of there. Then we're only working with 3 wires we need to shorten. So I'll probably take it from the plug all the way up to where these wire intersections are. So we'll probably splice like right after. Probably take like a good foot and a half out of there. Should be a lot less wiring behind there, a lot less busy, a little cleaner. Let's get to it. Turn on the soldering iron, get that warming up. Grab some wire, pliers. What else we need? We need solder. Let's go. Got our wire pliers. So whenever you splice, you never want to do them in a row. So we'll do this white one up high, do the gray one a little lower, and the black one a little lower from there. So when you have this all in a line, all of your solder joints are all in one position where it's like a big fat piece. So you kind of stagger them a little bit like that. Go ahead and we'll just crimp off the ends, or strip the ends, sorry. And then we'll go ahead and we'll do the same on the bottom. We'll take all these unneeded ones out and we'll strip these ones down probably about to here. We'll shorten that guy up. Bam. So we'll connect these little joints real quick. Short cable. And we'll come through once the soldering iron's warmed up and we'll actually solder the joints, wrap them up, make them all clean. We'll throw this baby back together. Let's go ahead and we'll do the same thing for the headlight wiring. So real quick, before we actually solder everything together, let's just test this real quick. So we hooked up the ground. Yep, this one works. So we'll go ahead and we'll hook everything up. I think the soldering iron is just about warmed up, so we'll go ahead and we'll solder all these joints and we'll get everything thrown back on the bike. So now we got all the wires soldered up. Let's just give it one more test. Oh, yeah, that's bright. So that works. We'll throw the headlight back up in there after we wrap up all these wires, get some heat shrink on there and make sure it's all nice and clean. And I think that'll wrap this thing up. So all the wiring's cleaned up. Let's go ahead and we'll get this headlight put back on. So we got the headlight hand tight in there. Let's go ahead real quick and we'll snug this in. And I think that'll be it. Bam. Let's double check. Got power. Got some fresh oil. Looking good. I think that's going to wrap it up for Jen's bike today. Did a quick little oil change, got a new headlight put on there. Ready for the little Valley Stunt Crew stunt ride this Friday. Probably going to be posting a couple more garage videos and maybe some bike check stuff on the stunt bike because these guys. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. I appreciate the support. Peace out.